All right, let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour, where in Australia, bushfires have become synonymous with being known as catastrophe of the decade. Now, a number of small towns have reportedly sustained some significant damage this weekend. The leader of New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian, has said that towns and cities are almost on the verge of getting razed as the devastating fires cease to swell. Now, she said that there was not much left of the town of Balmoral, that is situated 120 kilometres from southwest of Sydney, where only about 400 people live. The areas hardest hit include the likes of Lithgow and also along the Bells line of the road in the Upper Blue Mountains and villages of Buxton and Bargo, which were ravaged for the second time in 3 days.
I'd stay right to the end and just see what happens, you know. And I was preparing, and yeah, then it came up over this mountain here, and then it spread across from there right around to here. And when it got to this mountain, we got a westerly, northwesterly, and it just drove it right down the hill. It come like a river of fire, creating its own current, and you could hear the trees exploding and. Yeah, cracking and smashing and all the rest of it, and yeah, it's pretty scary, the sound.
Now, since September, Australia's bushfire emergency has killed at least about 9 people and has destroyed hundreds of homes and has scorched millions of hectares of land. The Balmoral was hit for the second time in days as wind conditions changed around the Green Wattle Creek fire over the weekend. Meanwhile, the firefighters have been struggling to contain almost about 100 different blazes that are burning across several states. Almost about 3 million hectares of land has been completely gutted nationwide in the past few months. So this is the scale of damage that has been caused by the bushfires, and so far about 9 people are said to have been killed and 800 homes destroyed. Now, here's one resident sharing his dramatic story of survival.
When it came in like 3 or 4 minutes, just a big plume of black smoke and then ember fall out. So I ran around all the buildings and turned the pumps on, and it's got sprinklers on the roofs and on the walls. That took maybe 5 minutes, I suppose. And by the time I got back to this shed here and got that wet, I ran to my ute, but my yard was already on fire here, and the driveway was on fire and the road was on fire, so I realised I couldn't evacuate. So the day before, I had actually built myself a small kiln down the back, and a coffin-sized kiln, just big enough for me to crawl in, so I hid in there for half an hour while the firestorm went over.
But also a couple, Craig Hurley and Murray Hurley, came very close to losing their home in the fire. Meanwhile, a firefighter, Russell Scholes, was helping to try save another home, but then when he turned round to see, his own home had caught fire.
Been here 25 years, I haven't seen this. It's just crazy. Never seen anything like it.
Yes, it was like, I can't describe any memory where I've seen such devastation in 5 minutes, and the neighbour's house just burnt down so quickly. When I saw that, I just died inside for them.
We were fighting the fire for them, and when I turned around I saw the house burning. So, and you know, it's one of those things where you think it only happens in the movies, where the guy who's fighting the fires loses his home, but that close was a bit surreal. But look, we were prepared. We knew this was coming, and I've got a really, really good band of guys that I work with at Balmoral. They're gun, and they've been telling us this is going to be one hell of a storm.